Atlanta has always been amusing and always will be. Even when compared to the anxious Robin season 3 swings from nervous laughter to just plain anxiety, regardless of whether the jokes are dark or ridiculous. In a way, apprehension is appropriate. Who doesn't feel a little more anxious when they are away from home? The group's outrageous journey is clouded by bad dreams, bad trips, and bad food, not to mention the biting commentary in the majority of the penultimate season's one-off episodes. This pull is more apparent in the context of season 4 and, in particular, in episode 4, Light-Skinned Ed. In episode 4, Earn spends a Sunday with his family and perfectly illustrates the frequently Shakespearean feelings and circumstances that come with living in a big black family. He arrives at his parents' house to go to church with his grandmother, his Aunt Jeannie, and his mother Gloria. Raleigh, Earn's father, skips the day of worship to enjoy the benefits of retirement and chooses to pursue salvation at the mall instead. Earn rides shotgun on the trip to pick up his aunt and grandfather because his mother insisted on driving and said that his automobile was too small. Gloria tells Earn during their catch-up that she wants to take her dad from Jeannie's custody. In addition to being unqualified to care for him, she alleges that Jeannie won't allow her to see their father. As they are driving to the funeral, Jeannie asks sanctimoniously about Lottie and Van and when he will wed the beautiful girl he left in sin. Gloria pulls up to the church door and waits for her sister and son to get out before driving away with her father following. Earn frantically tries to contact his mother while being forced to attend the service with his aunt. In order to receive advice on how to manage the situation, he sneaks away to the restroom and makes a call to his father. Raleigh refuses to assist, claiming that after 30 years of dealing with the family, he has the right to enjoy the 3 hours at the mall each Sunday morning before the teenagers arrive. This episode, written by Stefani Robinson, is reminiscent of several well-known cross-generational black literary works, such as A Raisin in the Sun and Go Tell It on the Mountain. There is a noticeable generational gap, but there is also a shared understanding that we are all cyclically connected to our families. By forcing Earn to handle the situation on his own, Earn's father is formally handing Earn the manhood baton. Raleigh is prepared to lead a leisurely post-retirement life after spending decades carrying out his responsibility as the family patriarch. He strolls the largely deserted mall, firmly avoiding any kiosk salespeople's pitches. One woman, who is selling hats, is able to convince him to break his pattern, and he ends up purchasing a garish red fedora with a gold cross sewn on the side. Even though the hat isn't actually on sale just yet, she says that a special individual deserves a special hat. Raleigh walks through the mall with satisfaction wearing his new hat and hearing compliments from a stunning woman in his ear. For once, he isn't someone's father or husband, his family's obligations don't hold him down. Instead, he is just a revitalized guy who wants to look nice and feel liked. He is still at the mall when the after-church crowd starts to fill the space since trying on and purchasing the hat takes so long. A gang of youths confront him in the food court as he hurries to leave. One of the more obnoxious and boastful boys makes fun of him for wearing the hat, dubbing him Prince, and then requesting a photo with him. Raleigh tries to brush it off and walk, but the child is persistent, pleading until he receives the photo while yelling, "This shit's about to go viral." Earn is expected to handle the theft of his grandfather on his own as his dad sustains a huge ego blow. He tries to sneak out of the church and leave Jeannie, but she confronts him and says she knows Gloria took their father. She follows Earn to the studio but won't leave his side. When Earn and Jeannie loudly enter the studio, Alfred is playing Uno with Gunna, checking off a real bucket list item of mine. Everyone is immediately asked to leave, including a very polite Gunna who responds to Jeannie's comment on his earrings with "Thank you, ma'am." Jeannie breaks down into a self-flagellation technique she has plainly honed since childhood, now that she is all alone herself in the room with her nephews. She arranges a conference call with all of her siblings and complains to the family about Earn's mother taking their father hostage. The rest of the siblings start laughing right away, and Cat Williams makes a brief appearance as Uncle Willie. Williams delivers the perfect line, "You can't kidnap your own dad." The term kid is in there, but I don't have time to explain it to you right now. Mathematically speaking, it is not possible. As her siblings and parents continue to dismiss her, Jeannie starts acting like the victim. She begins by citing instances in the past in which she believed her siblings had betrayed her, and when that fails, she turns to an age-old trick. Light-skinned self-pity. Self-pity that ends with "everyone hates me because of my bright light skin" is a highly particular kind that is only experienced by black people with lighter complexion. Jeannie makes the exact same claim, telling her siblings that they are simply bitter and have always been. She stands with tears streaming down her high yellow face in her yellow church suit as everyone on the phone and I laugh in my living room. One sister responds, "Girl, I hate you because you're evil." The true reason Gloria stole their father, according to Jeannie, is because their father doesn't remember her at all in his advanced age. Gloria hangs up, her sister's remarks stinging her. Even though I thoroughly enjoyed this episode, I thought it was a missed chance to address some of the complaints Atlanta has faced regarding its portrayal of black women, especially given Atlanta's lone female writer was responsible for its creation. I wanted for Gloria's story thread in particular to be more complex. Having Jeannie imply that Gloria is the least remembered of the siblings broke my heart because it sometimes seems as though dark-skinned black women are given the least amount of screen time on the program. We learned much more about Jeannie than Gloria, which would be acceptable if the show did not have a history of excluding black women with dark skin. Even though the examination of light-skinned privilege and colorism was well planned and performed, Atlanta once more placed the darker skin tones in the background while emphasizing a light-skinned woman. By going one step farther in her light skin, Jeannie phones the police, demonstrating the extent to which her closeness to whiteness has given her privilege and guided her behavior. Earn calls his mother when the police arrive at the studio to conduct a wellness check. They inquire as to his well-being and inquire as to his knowledge of his location and companions. Despite Jeannie's questions about if he's in danger, he replies truthfully by stating that he is with Gloria. He tells the cops that they had been in Egypt for 2 weeks while he continues to speak, demonstrating how seriously the dementia is affecting him. Gloria abruptly cuts off the conversation to stop any further inquiries. Earn and Alfred, like their aunt, revert to their youthful habits as they take in Jeannie's emotions. You can see the ghosts of the youthful cousins they once were as they both sag into the couch next to one another and roll their eyes in unison. After the wellness check, Jeannie continues to berate the cops, wearing down the cousins' tolerance. When Alfred protests that Jeannie was even brought to the studio, Earn snaps, telling Alfred he doesn't want to wind up bickering constantly like his mother and her siblings. He is prepared to stop the loop. Alfred, who is attempting to save his cousin, queries a studio worker regarding the existence of a hidden exit. She informs him of the Bobby exit, which was created especially for him when he was recording while evading his baby mothers and the FBI. Despite the fact that it failed for Shmurda, she asserts that it might succeed for them if they don't turn around. They leave the room, only thinking about what is ahead. In light-skinned Ed, Earn and Raleigh are compared in odd ways, particularly in terms of their continual struggles for respect, but that discussion can wait for now. Episode 4 finishes with a laugh, just like it started. To Grandpa's joy, everyone will watch a Redbox movie tonight while passing around their complimentary basket of bread. Earn spent time with his parents, Raleigh received a new phone, and Gloria got her dad back. The Marks family experiences a happy ending. The entire 4th episode of Atlanta is a ton of fun for the viewers.